Hello everyone and welcome to my guide for my UI. So I've received a couple of requests asking me how I've got my UI set up, how I get all the add-ons done and that kind of thing, and a couple of people that said they like my UI, and if I could make a video, so I decided to make a video for you guys. And if you hear any construction noises or anything like that, I do apologize. There's a lot of building going on outside my apartment. So I just quickly, as before we start, I just want to apologize for that in advance. So to begin with, I'll show you a couple of things that I have. So the main two add-ons that I use are, or the main two add-ons that you guys see in videos are WeakAuras, which is this. WeakAuras are all these things here, so all these, the shield and that kind of thing here, the 5 holy power bars here, my seraphim thing there, that kind of thing. That is the WeakAuras. And I can show you how to set up that, and I'll give you all the strings as long as you guys want that, and you literally just import them simply. Now the next thing that I have is this whole package that you can see all around, and that's ElvUI. So in order to get these things, what you'll need to do is go to these websites. So the first one that I'll suggest, well, you guys don't have to download clients, but it's a lot easier if you do. So what you want to do is you want to go to www.tuckui.org, and then you can click here, download the client. This is the client that I use, and then it'll bring, once you've installed it, gone through the whole process of registering and that kind of thing, and logging in, then you'll get to this. So the two things, these extra things you don't need. I only use this extra action bar and the ElvUI client. So to install the client, you just go browse, and then you go here, install ElvUI. And then to install the extra action buttons, you just click that, go through the search, and you click here, extra or action. Just type in action, and then it's the first one that comes up, extra action bars. And then you can go here, and then, actually to install something else, yeah, you click install obviously. So go here, click install. For me, I already have it, so it says update. And then that's it. You're done with TuckUI client. So you just install ElvUI and then the extra action buttons, bars. Sorry. The next program that I would ask you guys to get, I'm sure most of you already have this, which is the Curse client. This add-on or program is pretty cool for just downloading add-ons, keeping add-ons up to date. It's just easy to use, so just download that, and once you've downloaded that, then you can just go open that. Again, you have to register and all that kind of thing, install, make a new thing. So I'll just put a list of all the add-ons that I have in the description, so you guys can just download what you need. But this is basically, I'll just quickly scroll through. These are all the add-ons that I use, and this is how I get on my add-ons. But if you don't know how to use this program, once you download it, you work out where your World of Warcraft is, and you tell it where the directory is, and then it might even pick it up automatically. I'm pretty sure it picks it up automatically. And then you just go get more add-ons, and then you type in here the add-on you want. It should take a while because it loads all the add-ons. Mine's already done it, but it takes a while, and you just install the add-on. From here, just click install, whatever. Okay, so back to the game now. So once you've downloaded ElvUI and you've installed it, and WeakAuras as well, the other ones don't really matter. It's just things like my damage meter, DBM, deadly boss mods, damage meter is Skada, by the way, if you guys wanted to know, and then just a few of other random add-ons. I also have Atlas Loot and just standard other things, and also Omni CC. Omni CC is an important add-on, although like when you see that cooldown, that's Omni CC, but that's automatic, it does it by itself. But like I said, I'll put a list in the description, and you guys can just download what you need as is. So once you've first log on with ElvUI, you'll see a screen like this. Here we go, install. So obviously you want to go through this process, so just continue, set up, just click all these things as you go along, set up chat, and then mine's basically already done because I've got it installed. And you just go along. So you can do any of these setups. You can do dark, classic, dark, and then I prefer the class one, so everything is the class color, all this text here is class color, that kind of thing. So I prefer it like that. I go high resolution because obviously I have a high resolution screen, 1920 by 1080. And then you want to, obviously, if you're tanking, you just choose whichever one of these you want, although it doesn't, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter that much. It just changes a little bit of your setup, and that's it. So I'll choose tank, just because I'm obviously a tank. Now this one, I don't like these aura bars, but you can get them. What they basically mean is, if you have a buff here, it just scales up this way, bars. And for me, I feel like it takes a lot of space, so I'm just going to go icons only. I think it shows you. No, it doesn't show you the aura bars. So just go icons only, and then continue, and then you finish, and then you just click finish, and then you should wait for it to load. Okay, decided to take a long time to load. So yeah, okay, so once you're in the game and you've done this, then a couple of things you want to do. Obviously, yours should look something like this now. In order to get it all set up the way you want to, you just type /EC, and then it'll bring up your what do you call it? Setup menu, sorry. The menu for ElvUI. So in order to move this window, you just click on the ElvUI up here, and you can drag it. See if you click it, doesn't move. So just move it out of the way. And then what you want to do is you'll toggle anchors like that. And now you bring up this whole range of different things. So for me, you got player buffs, and you guys can just move them around the way you want. I usually move things around just a little bit, like stance bar I leave up there because I don't really need to look at it. This is all my raid frames down here, and I pretty much just leave that the way it is. The raid frames are fine down there. Loot frame, I move that out of the way because it gets quite cluttered, and I usually move it to down here somewhere. So I'll just do that now. Move right down there. The rest of these you guys can do whatever you want with. You can switch them off. You can leave them on. Yeah, I think that's everything that I move around. Yeah, that is. Okay, so this bar I always leave here because I usually use it for my buffs. This is my other paladin, so I don't have it all set up because I haven't used this UI on this paladin before. So in order to, so move everything around, I use this bar 1, and I usually leave that there, and I usually have a second bar, but it's not there. Okay, so what I will do is you will go EC to set the bar up. So how I usually do it is I have a Logitech G600, so which is basically like a Razer Naga, if you guys know what that is. In order to move the bars around, I want to change it so I get 12 buttons, and so you can see that there. That's the buttons, and then I usually have it set up so I can kind of see, because most of my buttons are on that, but these ones aren't. But I just like it to look the same. This ones on this side are all set to Razer Naga. You can see like N5, N4, N4, that kind of thing. So that one's button bar 5. So you just do this. You go buttons, set it to 12. You go 3 buttons per row, and then again, there you go. Now you can see it's pretty much lined up, and I'm kind of lining it with my Skada. So I usually like my player frames quite big. So the way to change and move around your player frames, you just go unit frames here, and then you can. There's a whole load of settings, and you guys will just have to play around. But I usually leave mine roughly default, but maybe I'll make them a bit bigger. So width, you can just move that there. You can see it's getting bigger and smaller, and usually make it slightly higher, just because I don't know, I like it being a bit bigger. And then in order for placement, you see all these squares and stuff here. Just ElvUI, you can just drag them around. So I usually do something like that, maybe 4, and then the target frames here. Obviously, I'm not going to copy it across now, but what I usually do is if this width is 281, I'll copy it across to the target frame. So target frame, was it 281? 281. So I'll just make it like this. You can just type it in here, 281, press enter, and then as you see there, the target frame got bigger. Okay, and then you can do that the same with the height. I'm not going to do that, but you guys can do that if you want to. So if we count 4 squares across, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we can do the same. Let's just move that out of the way for now while we're looking at this one. You can do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it should be together. Oh no, I'm an idiot. There you go. And then obviously it looks a bit funny because that one's smaller, but yeah, you guys get the idea. And then where is the? Oh, okay. So player cast bar, I hate it being attached here. Also, I have on my weakaura, you'll see why, but I have a resolve meter down here, a little bar that shows me my resolve. So obviously the player cast bar doesn't work there, and also it's tiny. Look how small that is. If I cast something, obviously it's covered by black, but you can see it. So if I go player frames, and you can go to get to it, you go here. So you go player frames, you click there, and then you go cast bar down here. And then in order to change it, you just go width like that, height. Obviously I don't want it this big, but this is just so you guys can see how to configure things. Also like sometimes to have this display target, and it shows you here. See here it says casting on Nukon, you can see. That's kind of cool, like having that. I don't have it on my other paladin, but I do like having it on sometimes. And that's the main things I think for ElvUI. Also, oh yeah, the main one or not the main one, but that's kind of basically how you set it up. Also, I have a focus target. That's probably quite important for tanking as well. Where is the focus frame? There it is. I usually leave the target cast bar there, so that's fine. Oh, I don't know why it's doing that. Okay, sorry. Oh, this one's kind of out of place actually, but that's fine. Doesn't matter. Okay, so I usually move my focus frame there, and then let me just lock that in place, and then I just put my focus as myself, just so you guys can see. And there you go. There's the focus. I usually use it for debuffs on tanking and that kind of thing. It's really helpful for that. Right. So we'll go back to ElvUI, and so the extra button bar that you see. One sec. Why is that bar not activated? So in order to activate bars, you can just go here and you click enable. Yeah, there you go. See here all my cooldowns and stuff. You just go on whatever bar you want, and then you click enable. These ones are all enabled, I think. Okay, that one's not. Yeah, but that's like, this is my other bar. That's my like button when you scroll down, and it's got all fishing and that kind of thing, rares and all that. But obviously I don't need that bar showing all the time, so I just get rid of it. Oh, this bar is target of target, by the way. So if you want to move that, you just go target of target frame. Yeah, I usually have it down here somewhere. Just doing this quite quickly just to show you guys how to do it. You guys want to take a little bit of extra time to kind of practice it and just move everything around like perfectly. I just want to show you guys as much kind of information and keep this video quite short because it's quite a lot of information condensed. So the extra action button that I told you guys to download, the add-ons, you go into plugins, and then you go extra action bars. And the one I use is 7. 7 is the one I use for my cooldowns. So the way I set it up is I go take off the backdrop because I don't like that. You guys might like the border here, but I don't really like it. Take off backdrop so it just looks like the bars. And then you want to make it so it's obviously 12 buttons, but you want to make it 2 rows. So is it 6 buttons per row? And then toggle anchors again up on the top there, and then you just smack it in the middle there, and there you go. This is starting to look a little bit more like my other Paladin's UI. Obviously there's a few bits that are a bit out of place, but you guys can kind of see, you guys get the idea. Yep, that cast bar's really big. Okay, that's fine. So this is kind of the setup, the main setup, and that's kind of ElvUI. Oh, also one more thing with debuffs. Oh, sorry, that was the wrong one. With debuffs, what you want to do is you go buffs and debuffs, and then you'll go buffs. No, sorry. Oh, okay. This is how you do it on unit. Sorry, you have to do it in unit frames. So target frame, and then you'll go buffs. Okay, so for buffs for ElvUI, what you'll do is you'll go target frame, and then you go here. It should say health for you guys. Just go to buffs like that. And then what you want to do is just copy the setup that I have here. So you want to have all these ticked, the top 3 ticked, and then the bottom 3 unticked. Okay? And that should allow you to see almost like, that's pretty much all boss abilities it allows you to see. And then you'll do the same with debuffs as well. So you click there, go debuffs, and then you'll scroll down and you'll see it's the same. Okay? So that's that for ElvUI section. For me, it's a little bit out of the way it's set up, but I'm just giving you guys a brief way so you guys can kind of set it up the way you want to. And if you want to have it the same as me, just line it up with the resolve bar on my WeakAuras, okay? If you install that. So now I'm talking about WeakAuras. I'll move you guys on. So the next main part of my UI is just WeakAuras, guys. It's just an add-on that shows you little textures like this. My icon, when I have Seraphim up, it displays a Seraphim bar like that. Just look to the icon, and as you can see, it's got text that counts down. It's just continuous counting down. These two here have the same, but it's blocked by my buffs. But the way you guys get WeakAuras to work is pretty simple. I will copy text for you that are all of these. You'll have to do it a few times because I'm not sure how to link them all together, guys, honestly. And you probably don't want them all together because you want to move them around separately. So there's a couple that might be together. This here I copied from Thek. I don't know if you guys know Sacred Duty, his blog. These ones are his WeakAuras, and same with this one. The rest of them I've all set up myself. So the Seraphim one's mine. These ones are all mine. And basically, what you want to do is, so the simple one is Shielded Righteous. Okay, so that's this one here. So in order for you guys to install this, you just go. Well, you don't do this actually. I do this. This is for me to give you the text. So I've exported the string. So this is what you just copy the text from a website that I loaded up to for you guys for, and then I'll go click here, new, okay, to add a new one. So then you go import, and then you copy and paste it in there. So Control V, and you click import. Okay, so there's another one here. So you can just drag it as you want. As you can see, I can make it massive. Can make it tiny. You can adjust the size like that. You can do it in the corner so it kind of stays like a certain aspect ratio that you want it. Then you could drag it around, put it wherever you want. For example, I'm just going to put it here for the sake of it so you guys can see how it works. So that one was my Shielded Righteous buff. See? Shielded Righteous. Okay? So what I'll do is I'll just hit this, get 3 holy power, and then you guys can see. And then I'll do that, and then you go. There you go. My Shielded Righteous buff is there. And that's my WeakAuras. So that's basically how you set all of them up. Okay, guys? You just copy them in. You copy and paste them. Oh, I'll show you how my resolve bar works as well. Is there a dummy here that hits me back? Maybe is this one that hits me back? Yeah, so he hits me back. Look, see? As you can see, my resolve bar here is working. Showing you how it works. Okay? And that's my resolve bar. So that's pretty much it for the guide, guys. I'm pretty sure that's all the add-ons that really need a certain setup. Obviously, I have a few more add-ons that are just a bit of a tweaking, like DBM. It's pretty easy to set up DBM. ElvUI is probably the most complicated one out of the lot that I have. weakaura, to access weakaura, you just type /WA. And you just basically copy the text that I give to you guys online, that I put in a link to in the description. And you'll get all my weakaura set up the way you want it. I hope this is enough for you guys. I feel like if I was to go any more in depth, it would kind of waste your guys' time. So yeah, if you guys have any problems at all, I'm more than happy to help you out, set it up. But I think to try and keep it basic and try and keep it quick, I feel like this is the best option that I've done for you guys. And hopefully that's enough. So thank you guys for watching, and cheers.